Good morning. How are you, everyone? Good to be with you this morning and hope you're having a great start to your day. And we always like to say hello to a few folks here as we get going and you get your notifications. Okay, Brahim. Surprise, surprise. You're number one. Andrea from Niagara Falls, good morning to you. Rosa Morial, how is ya? And let's say hello to Anne. How are you? From Moncton, New Brunswick. Mary from Norwich. And Carol from West Virginia. Nick from our staff. And Jerry, Nouveau Brunswick. Good morning. Nellie, how is you? And Fran from Orangeville. Keith, good morning. And Kevin from Oshawa. And Crystal, lots of snow in Alston. Donna, Park Hill, Leela, from Verner. Marlene, good morning from Newfoundland. Dale, how are you? And Judy, New Brunswick. Frida, from Devlin. Deb, from Timmins. Manette, bonjour. Evangeline, how are you? And Rita, good morning. And Sharon in Texas. You love me in Texas. Good. Marilyn, Cecilia, and Cheryl, and Leslie, good morning. Thunder Bay. Barbara from Cape Breton. Wanda from Virginia. There's Doc McEwen from West Tennessee. Jerry, snow in Nouveau Brunswick. Karen in Peterborough. Deb from Cambridge. Janice and Donna, good morning. And Guylaine from Hearst, Ontario. Bonjour. Frida, nice to have you on. Jeanette from our staff. And Lorna from Fort Washington. Zian from Ottawa. And Sharon from Kansas. Francis from Vaughan. Mara, good morning. And Lori, couple more. And Karen from Coldwater. And Lynn, bonjour, from Verner. Maureen from Penticton, British Columbia, bright and early. Kathy, Simcoe. Nativity. And Sandy from Washington State. Doris from Kitchener. Guys, we appreciate you. Karen, how are you? And Frances Marie. Carol from Moncton, New Brunswick. Guys, Patricia from Sudbury. Elizabeth. Bob Cajun. Rhonda. Man, if I could sing, would I be singing? Dawn. Diane. Jackson Point. Bruno. North Bay. And Maria. Good morning, guys. We appreciate it. Helga, I'm going to say hello to one more. Samara from New Mexico. Yolande, how could I stop without saying hi to you? And Ronaldo. Linda. Rhonda. Oh, guys, you guys are wonderful. Okay, we are going to talk about cortisol this morning. But before I do, I got to tell you, I sort of gave you a hint the other day. Now, what is autophagy? Okay? For Dr. McEwen. Because we always laugh about that. I don't know if it's the French in me or what. I always mispronounce everything. And but I think I have the autophagy right. Okay, I think I'm saying it right, but who makes up how to say it or not? Anyway, I don't want to get into it. But what is autophagy? Autophagy is like, you know the expression I like, it's a self-cleaning oven. Okay? Autophagy is when your body cleans itself. Now, at the Martin Clinic, on these podcasts, what have I been saying for years, especially in the brain, that the brain has its own system of autophagy. It's a self-cleaning oven, and it only works when you're sleeping. Okay? It only works when you're sleeping. The brain detoxifies, and it's called what's that system called? Okay? Again, little test. Okay? What's that self-cleaning oven? And Tina, right away, glymphatics. Oh, you guys are so... How would you like to have students like you guys all the time? So wonderful. Yes, it's called the glymphatic system. And even in school in the 70s, we studied the lymphatic system, but not the specific one in the brain called the glymphatics. Okay? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it great that your body has that and your brain detoxifies when you are sleeping? Here is hot off the presses. Hot news. Okay? What is it? Coffee. Listen. Linda. Listen. Larry. Coffee induces autophagy, coffee, drinking coffee. Did I say it enough times? It induces repair in the body. Now, guys, drink up. And one thing you will all admit, if you've been following me for any period of time, I have people that have been following me for over 25 years in the media because of my radio shows. Okay? And from day one, well, you can go back 40 years with me, okay? Or more. I always defended coffee. When coffee, you have to understand, in the 1970s, there was a movement to stop people from drinking coffee. And it didn't come from teetotalers, although, I love to tease you guys. Why drink tea when you can drink coffee? But anyway, okay, in the 1970s, there was it was sort of a narrative on coffee. Coffee's no good for you. Because, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why they said that and how I push back on that, okay? The gurus out there were saying that coffee, number one, was acidic. It's acidic. It can't be good for you. It's acidic. Well, they didn't, as a matter of fact, yesterday, I read an article on your body needs to be alkaline to fight cancer. Okay? Your body needs to be alkaline to fight cancer. I wrote about that years ago. Okay? Years ago. What was the name of the book? Reasons why your doctor wants you dead. Okay? No, I talked about pH, but people misunderstand that every day. And again, yesterday I read it again. Here's your list of acidic foods, and here's your list of alkaline foods, and all the alkaline foods on their list were vegetables. Green especially. Okay? So from spinach to you name it, anything that was green makes you alkaline. Is that true? And anything that's acidic in food, coffee is acidic, the bean is acidic, a tomato is acidic, a lemon is acidic, Does that make it bad for you? You guys know the answer to this if you followed me for any period of time. That's not how your pH works. Okay? That's not how your pH works. It doesn't work like that because you have a buffering system in your body. It's a buffering system. So when you have a tomato, we all agree it's acidic. You have lemon water. You put a slice of lemon in your water. Does that make the water acidic? No. It doesn't. Apple cider vinegar. Balsamic vinegar. Acidic? Yes, but not when it gets inside your body. Your body has a buffering system. And again, here we are at the end of 2023, and people are still writing that, cancer cannot live in an acidic, in an alkaline system. Agreed. But they got it wrong. They have it wrong. That's not how your pH works. If you eat something acidic, like a tomato, your body has a buffering system. You actually have sodium bicarbonate in your body. Baking soda. It alkalizes. Now, the only time that doesn't work, and I've said this 50 years ago, the only time that doesn't work is when you insist on eating sugar. There's no buffering for sugar. It's very acidic. There's no buffering for it. Okay? So, when you want your body to work on your side, you want it to be on your side so that your immune system, your self-cleaning oven works. Okay? Coffee induces autophagy. Coffee. And remember, when I get back to coffee, what did they say? Oh, coffee's acidic, can't be any good for you. They don't realize when you drink coffee, your body releases sodium bicarbonate. It actually makes you more alkaline. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Drink your coffee. Okay? Drink your coffee. The other thing they said, coffee dehydrates. 1,000,000 times I've heard that. Coffee dehydrates. It leaches out all your minerals. That's what coffee does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't dehydrate you. Coffee has 1,000 phytonutrients. It's 500 times stronger than ascorbic acid, vitamin C. Why do you think I call it the real vitamin C? It does not dehydrate you. Now, if you don't drink 2 liters of water, or 64 ounces of water a day, and water's water, nothing else is water, just water, well, then anything you take will dehydrate you. You know, I never tell people to drink coffee and not water. When I get you on the reset and you're resetting that body, what do I tell you to drink? Water and coffee. You get a bonus, man. So they said, oh, coffee is acidic. Coffee dehydrates. And it's hard on your, I probably heard this 10,000 times. Coffee is hard on your adrenal glands. Who told you that? They make it up. They make it up. It's not true. And then we get a study that comes out, and I haven't read it anywhere other than where I found it, but I never read it in the mainstream media at all, although, it should be headlines. Coffee induces autophagy. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? The body repairs itself when you drink a cup of Java. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. And what's the sweet spot for coffee? 4 cups a day. You're going above that? I don't agree with that. You want to be below? I feel sorry for you. But the sweet spot for coffee is 4 cups of coffee a day. And remember, what you put in it makes a difference. Don't put milk in your coffee. Okay? Don't put milk in your coffee. It's too sweet. Put cream in your coffee if you have to have cream. I love my coffee black. And I used to take my grandmother, my mother wouldn't let me drink coffee when I was a kid. I always loved the smell of it. Percolated coffee, I mean, between that and bread, homemade bread, I smelled homemade bread. My aunt used to make homemade bread every Tuesday. And I would make a beeline from school to my aunt's to get, I could smell it a mile away, that cracked wheat bread. Oh, man shall not live by bread alone, except Dr. Martin, if I could. I love bread. I love the smell of it. I love the smell of coffee, percolated. And my mother wouldn't let me drink it, but my grandmother would. You know what grandmothers are like, right? They never say no. So I said, Meme, French, I'd like some coffee. No problem. You want to drink coffee? And I had to put about 8 teaspoons of sugar in it when I was about 12 years old, right? Just to make it where I could drink it. But you know what, guys? I mean, as I got a little older, where I actually started drinking coffee about 17, 18. And I was a half a teaspoon sugar guy in the late 60s, early 70s. And then, I started listening to myself. Like, stop that. You don't even need the half teaspoon of sugar. And I went cold turkey one day on black. And within about, I'm going to say a week, you couldn't give me a coffee now. If I was on an island and I had nothing to drink for months and you gave me a coffee that had cream in it, I wouldn't want to drink it. I just love my coffee black. It's, you know what habits are like. Took about 3 weeks, and I never wanted to see, and patients would come to the office. I don't know if it was like a peace offering or whatever. They'd come in and they'd bring me a coffee, and I'd say, what's in it? Well, it's a regular. I don't drink that. And I never meant to be mean. I just told them, I ain't touching that. Well, Doc, I put a little bit of a sweetener in. I don't want that. I want it black, man. Anyway, isn't that something that now they're saying that coffee induces autophagy? Because autophagy in the brain, sleep. Autophagy in the rest of the body is usually happening when you're sleeping and not eating. Okay? Usually. You don't eat, and you're giving your body a chance. Autophagy sets in. Okay? It's one of the reasons of what they call intermittent fasting, is the advantage of autophagy. The body detoxes when you're not eating for a period of time. Okay? And, but coffee, when you're not eating and you drink coffee, you're going to get even more autophagy. You're going to get more of a detox. And we've already talked in the past about one of the best things you can do. Well, let me get that study here. I'm going to get it for you because I think I have it right here. Hold on a minute. Coffee. Where did I have my notes here? Hold on a minute. If I can't find it here, I have it on my... Yeah. Okay, let me just look at it. Coffee, listen to this one. Okay? If you want to clean your liver, okay, because a lot of people ask me about that almost on a daily basis. Doc, how do you clean your liver? Well, we know that eating eggs, meat, and cheese on the reset helps to clean your liver. Okay? Helps to clean your liver. But a study just came out that said, okay, and I've said this in the past, and it's been confirmed by a newer study, that if you eat eggs, meat, and cheese, okay, if you do the reset, you drink coffee, and you exercise, one of the best things you can do for your liver, to empty your liver, is to exercise. Okay? All movement is good. Okay? All movement is good. What is the best exercise, guys? The best. Okay? Good, better, best. The best is weight training, resistant exercises. And the reason is because when you build muscle metabolically is unreal. Muscle is so good for you because they're bins, they're storage bins. And when you have storage space, think of your bins. Muscle. Think of bins, especially in your legs. Your legs are your largest bins. You know what the problem is? Most people, that's 93% of the population, their bins are in their liver. What am I saying there? Because they don't have muscle and muscle storage space for glycogen. The liver fills up big time. How do you empty the liver? Empty liver is a clean liver. Empty liver is a clean liver. Because one of the places that your body stores fat when you eat sugar, not fat, when you're eating fat, you don't put fat in your liver. When you're eating sugar and crappy carbohydrates that turn to sugar rapidly, your body, if you don't have the room in your muscles, if you don't have storage space in your muscles, you're going to fill up your liver. Why is it today? I read an article the other day in India. In India, over half the population today, what? Have fatty liver. It's crazy. And it's no better in North America, believe you me when I tell you that. People don't realize it because nobody's taught them. Nobody has taught them that liver has a major effect. Point and arrow, okay? Your liver, okay? Let me show you where your liver is, okay? Take your right hand, stand up, and just under your rib cage here, on your right-hand side, is an organ that's about the size of your fist and maybe a little bit longer and is wide. That's your liver. Is that an important organ? You bet your boots it's an important organ. And the more they study metabolic syndrome, it starts in the liver. The liver gets full. And when you have a liver that's full, you cannot go into autophagy. You can't. The body, the liver is an organ that is so important that if you cut your liver in half, it'll start growing back. Okay? And the problem is today is that because they don't detect fatty liver early enough, you know, it's not really giving you necessarily any symptoms. And I hate to say this, but God bless them, but physicians, by and large, they don't look for fatty liver. They're not trained. They're looking for cirrhosis of the liver. They're not thinking fatty liver because fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver, is a new phenomenon. I didn't even learn it in school. In the 1970s, nope. Non-alcoholic fatty liver? What's that? Never heard of it. Not until the invention of high fructose corn syrup. Okay? Did we start getting fatty liver? And imagine in India, 50% of the population. And what happens in the liver, remember Las Vegas. Guys, you guys know this. Remember Las Vegas. Okay? What do they say about Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But your liver's not Las Vegas. What happens in the liver spreads. You get fatty liver, and your triglycerides go up. Your cholesterol goes down. Oh, Dr. Martin, I thought it was good to get your cholesterol down. Who told you that? It's the opposite. Why do you want your cholesterol to go down? You want your triglycerides to go down, not your cholesterol. And that affects your heart. Doesn't stay in the liver, it affects your heart. It affects your blood, your blood vessels. Triglycerides, HDL, affect your brain. Remember what they called, and then they changed the name of it. In 2005, they introduced to us type 3 diabetes. I remember it like it was yesterday. It took up about 3 or 4 radio shows for me in those days. That Alzheimer's was type 3 diabetes. But guys, where does that start? In the liver. In the liver. You can't get diabetes without having problems with your liver. And you can't even get brain diabetes without having trouble with your liver. And what is one of the best aids that you can get to empty your liver, autophagy in the liver? Coffee. Woohoo! You see, people, and this is one of the comments, and it's very, I get it. Dr. Martin, my name is Sue, and I'm a carbaholic. Okay, that's the first step. We agree. You're a carbaholic. I'm a carbaholic. Okay, my name is Sue, and I'm a carbaholic. Okay, now you're asking me, Dr. Martin, you're asking me to cut out carbs. No carbs for 30 days. Do you know that's hard? You bet your boots it's hard. That's not easy. Not if you're a carbaholic. But I'm going to tell you what happens, my dear. It's worth it. Because you're going to empty your liver. It's going to make a big difference when it comes to detoxifying your body, autophagy, your body's repairing itself. And then what makes it easier to go through EMC, eggs, meat, and cheese, eggs, meat, and cheese. What makes it easier is when you're told to drink coffee. You mean I can have coffee? Yes. Enjoy. Because it's not a matter that you just like coffee. It's a matter of coffee, and I've said it for so many years, is so stinking good for you. Imagine the new study saying coffee induces autophagy. Woo! Am I biased? Yeah, but I'm right. I'm biased. My wife says I won't even look at a study that's negative on coffee. She's probably right. But guys, I've heard it for so many years and I've defended it for so many years. Well, I'm telling you, I was one of the few gurus ever to defend coffee. It wasn't kosher in the 1970s to defend coffee, or 1980s and 1990s. People like coffee, but they thought, you got to be in moderation. Moderation. Nah, you get 4 cups a day. Enjoy. Okay? I was going to talk to you about cortisol, but we didn't get there today. We'll get there this week. New study out. I liked it and I flagged it and I wanted to talk to you about it. Okay, guys, we got a great week coming. Lots of fun. And we want your questions. Don't forget about Question and Answer Friday. Ask your questions, guys. We're here for you. Okay? We're here for you. We love you guys more than you know. And I mean that. What an audience. Smart, smart, smart. Okay? I'm giving you all honorary degrees. That's how smart you are. Okay. We love you. We'll talk to you soon.